Alright, welcome to another episode of The Burglar Report, your number one choice for news, politics, and forbidden information. I, of course, am your cultic leader and host, Dave Steppenwolf. And for today's segment, 2021 predictions. Actually gotta shave. Gotta get all cleaned up for tonight's festivities. 2020 has been a crazy year. A lot of people are excited to see it go. And I have to say, I might be one of them. A lot of new information, a lot of shenanigans. Lockdowns, COVID, all that fucking shit. Good riddance. But I think, baby, this is just the beginning. It's gonna get fucking crazy next year, and I love it. Okay? You can't take life too seriously, and you gotta get excited, because if you don't get excited, you're gonna get depressed, and you get all bummed out and pissed off, and I'm not the fucking victim. So, there it is. Okay, guys. Delicious. Like and subscribe. Follow me on the Twitch. Also got a BitChute. And share my videos. That'd be a big help. And why not? Just spread my joy and laughter around. This is a great. You have a great opportunity. Oh, weird. All right. Anyways, so where to begin? Well, fuck, I already mentioned lockdowns. Let's start with the lockdowns. Lockdowns are getting crazy. I live out here in California. We are, I believe, on an indefinite lockdown now. We got that super COVID going around. A couple cases in LA, I think it was already said to be. And it hasn't officially been indefinite lockdown, but it's pretty much fucking indefinite lockdown. And people do not like it. We already have a case, or not a case, but an event per se, of a bunch of people rushing in a store with no fucking masks on. Hats off to them. There was also another case where a lady was told to put her mask on and by a deputy sheriff, and she started beating him with his own nightstick. People are fucking snapping. People are fed up. Virus is a big issue. But yeah, you're talking, what, a 99.9 plus percentage survival rate for the majority of the population. So the lockdowns are far worse than the virus. It's already showing. People are at their wits' end, and they give us fucking peanuts. I'm grateful for my peanuts. $600 a piece. What the fuck am I gonna wipe my ass with that? Thankfully, I've been working. But for the rest of the people that aren't working, for those people that are declared non-essential, they're gonna be out of work, or they're not out of work, but they're gonna be out of freaking place to live. I couldn't imagine. You know, it's the whole thing. I've been working throughout this entire COVID nonsense, thankfully. But it's also been kind of weird because I do a lot of electrical work in schools, and they're empty, and it's almost like being in the Twilight Zone. Like today, I was working in a school. No, okay, well, right now it's would be winter break. It is winter break. My kids are on break, but you have the desks sitting there, no kids, playground. I mean, a lot of the school districts are taking advantage and doing much needed renovation and construction. So I've been thankful for that work. But it's fucking crazy. And it means all these kids are at home driving their parents nuts. And, well, the kids themselves are going crazy. I mean, they've reported on before. A couple of kids have already committed suicide. A couple on Zoom meetings or however, and because lockdowns are killing people. So people are going crazy. And coming into the future, I believe this is just beginning. If California is any leader in the sense of democratic policies, we will be leading the way on continued future indefinite lockdowns. And that's all bad. We got 40 million fucking people out here. All those people start going crazy, and it's just going to be all bad. And a lot of people are saying, well, maybe we should do 100% lockdown and you know, combat the virus and stuff. You're not going to fucking stop the virus. We're talking about a virus that essentially was being studied at the Wuhan lab or a level 4 lab, and people have to walk around in hazmat suits to not get the virus. The fucking thing is so small. It's coronavirus. Incredibly small virus. Masks don't do shit. It's already been shown they don't do shit. They might catch some of the spit particles exiting, but the fucking virus has been shown to have been aerosolized. So the smaller moisture droplets carry live virus particles, and the whole thing with virus load is horseshit. All you need is one little bit to get you sick. So the masks are stupid. Social distancing kind of makes sense. Lockdowns are complete horseshit. All you're doing is causing more people to overdose on drugs and commit suicide, and not to mention the third world is starving to death by the millions because we're locked down. We lock down, they starve to death. So if we're not saving lives, we're killing more people than we're saving by far in order to feel safe. Because, you know, this fucking invisible virus that will never stop spreading, we got to feel safe and lock people down. I know it's scary. It's fucking weird. But once you get past the initial fear from 10 months ago, where everyone was panicking, I was panicking, it was fucking weird. You see, remember the videos coming out of China, they're hosing everything down with disinfectant. I'm like, oh, this could be our zombie apocalypse fucking scenario movie, whatever. We all thought that. But now you look at the numbers, they know how to treat it, they know how to isolate people. And a lot of hospitals, they're at capacity, whatever. A lot of hospitals are not. But we got a lot of information, and it's like a 99.96 or 97 survival rate, and here we are. Whatever. Next year, I guarantee lockdown's gonna get worse. Especially if Biden does get in office and the electoral votes aren't overturned, or, you know, whatever scenario happens where Biden is the guy. I started talking about nationwide lockdowns. Not a good outlook. Meanwhile, in China, they're fucking going full balls to the wall, full economy. We're going to destroy our economy where they keep going because they only have 4,000 reported COVID deaths, if you believe that shit. I mean, it's like North Korea has 0 COVID deaths. They got some magic fucking shit over there, or they're just covering up like fucking China is. But whatever. We're going to destroy our economy, destroy our future. We're not, because people are just standing up. And there's gonna be riots. In Europe, obviously Europe has different countries and borders and various levels of lockdowns. Well, the UK is already talking about flying in food because their supply chain is all shitty from their borders and lockdowns. That's kind of scary. That's very fucking scary, actually. We have a lot of potential of producing our own food here in the United States, but you have the different states that, I mean, New York City has checkpoints that people come in and out. That's fucking, you want to talk about authoritarian. Martial law. That's insane. But the supply chain, when you have a massive nationwide lockdown, first of all, you can't have 100% lockdown. People, you know, that aren't thinking clearly, like, oh yeah, I just have 100% lockdown for a couple weeks. Let the virus die out, whatever. How are you going to get food? How are you going to get food from the grocery store if you don't have grocery store workers? How are you going to get gas if you don't have gas station workers? Maybe you don't need gas if you're not driving around if you're on lockdown. How's the food going to get to the stores if you don't have truck drivers? How is the healthcare system supposed to work with the nurses and doctors are on lockdown? If the police are on lockdown, 100% lockdown, crime's going to go fucking crazy, but, you know, I'm just saying. You can't have 100% lockdown. It's impossible. So you'll never get away from this virus spreading. We just got to deal with it as a new aspect of reality. It's hard to say, but I know 300,000 plus people have died in the United States, which is, you know, strange. The numbers coming from that, when you look at other numbers showing that overall deaths aren't up, so these people are going to die anyways. I don't know. We are the unhealthiest nation in the fucking world. Massive obesity, cancers, and heart disease, and who knows? Point is, you can't do it anymore. When people are standing up, there's going to be riots. That's one of my predictions. Probably one of the shittier ones. All these predictions might sound pessimistic, but I'm just being realistic. I keep an open mind, and you gotta have a good fucking attitude. Now, as far as the Trump train goes, still rolling. You have the Lynn Wood attorney guy seems to be going crazy. I don't know. He said fucking Jeffrey Epstein's still alive somehow. I mean, I'm with you in the conspiracies. I like them, but I mean, that's when you're that prominent and you're just tweeting some madness, you really make Trump look bad. And all those cases that they were putting out there, you had the his other so-called different or whatever. It's kind of weird. But you get the big Trump rally coming out on the 6th when they're counting the votes. And supposedly people are going to get there on the 5th. There's supposed to be a big protest. Who knows what could happen? Maybe if Trump feels that he has the support of enough people, maybe he might declare some martial law stuff. I don't know. Maybe that'll, I mean, it all comes, or partially comes down to Pence if he wants to throw out the votes, if he wants to count the votes, if he wants to say we're going to go with this set of votes, which is kind of a conflict of interest, I would say. Someone who's, you know, potentially counting their own votes for him to stay, himself to stay in office, maybe he just says, you know, I'm not counting the votes. It's conflict of interest. Pence, quiet guy, but during the vice presidential debates, I'm like, oh, okay, he's got some, got some stuff. Seems to be a man of moral character, very well spoken. Quite the opposite of Mr. Trump. They should probably let fucking Pence talk a lot more. The left hates him, of course, because of his religious beliefs, and you know what? Whatever. Let the left say what they want to say. But if Pence does stand by his moral code or goes with what he believes might be right, if there is supposed evidence of fraud or whatever, not saying there is, I don't know. There's obviously evidence of stuff and things. I don't know. Could get crazy. Could be a whole lot of nothing. Maybe he just might cower down like the rest of these politicians, and you know, you got that one senator saying he's going to object. It could be a whole lot of nothing. I mean, you're talking about party politics here. You got the left getting all grandstanding, and then the right says, oh, we object. But they don't fucking do shit. It's just party politics back and forth. So you have the senators saying they're going to object to the electoral process or the count or whatever, the vote. It might mean something. Maybe they'll filibuster or you know, do something to whatever they want to do. It might mean a whole lot of nothing. Could be just normal party politics. But Trump has been firing people, or they've been resigning for some reason, and he's been surrounding himself with loyalists. So it could be some form of military coup if there's something like that comes to light, that supposed biggest hacking scandal in U.S. history, and all of a sudden, you know, Biden is no longer part of the morning briefings. Maybe there's something along those lines of involvement with China. Maybe Trump might expose that and say, hey, man, this guy's compromised. We can't let him get in the office. Strong possibility. Definitely keep my hopes up, because I would prefer a Trump presidency continuation. For one, because I voted for the guy. But when you're talking about these lockdowns and the shit that Biden talks about, that just seems all bad for the United States in general. But hey, that's all wishful thinking. That could very well be possible. And the other part of my 2021 predictions is insane inflation. We've printed, what, upwards of 35% of our money ever printed in history within this past 10 months. A large amount of it going to fucking corporations. It's been established, well established, the biggest transfer of wealth in human history. And all these other countries, you know, you got to understand that when you see all of a sudden everyone's using the same terminology, that you're talking about a narrative here. I don't know if it's a media narrative or a political narrative, but whenever every fucking country overseas, when Canadian Prime Minister, or when our own government, I think the Biden-Harris website is like buildbackbetter.gov. When everyone's fucking saying build back better, and there's the we're going through like this great collapse of the economy, it makes you fucking worry. And then you got China not shutting down; they're still going 100%, and they've already been talking about overtaking the United States. You really got to worry about the U.S. dollar. And a lot of big economists are predicting that stuff like Bitcoin is going to go up 10, 20, 100 times. Some crazy rise in cryptocurrency, which you might want to invest a little bit in that, but I'm going to go with like just regular commodities, like some storable food and stuff like that. I don't know. I might throw a little bit of money. This kid's back here. I might throw a little bit of the COVID relief bucks into the Bitcoin, but that's me. I'm not a financial advisor. I think it'd be interesting to look into, but this inflation is going to catch up with us. I think they say we've almost doubled our money supply in the past, 10 months. That's fucking insane. That is crazy, and most of it's going to big corporations. It's not going to the little guy. You figure this recent, $2.3 trillion, $900 billion was officially COVID relief. The other 1.3 was part of the omnibus spending package, the yearly government spending, and it's all going overseas, and it's fucking overseas welfare. It's crazy. Some might consider overseas bribery. Where is it? Who knows where the fuck money is actually going? It could be going to overseas politicians and news media organizations, and who fucking knows? It's all crazy. These kids will not shut the fuck up. I gotta go see what Cranky Baby's doing. But in any case, I think 2021 is gonna be a fucking hell of a ride. 2020 is just laying the groundwork, baby. My goodness, these kids. I have kids. They're a lot of fun. They make a lot of noise when you don't want them to. That's one. It's. I should have read the fine print. But in any case, I'm saying I'm trying to get off and they're quiet. Oh, spoke too soon. Well, yeah, 2021 is gonna be way crazier, guaranteed. You're gonna have people rioting because they're going crazy. Trump might stay in power. You're gonna have food riots to some degree because people can't fucking buy food. Hopefully we get this next round of COVID relief where they increase the payments to $2,000 or whatever, because people are hurting. I'll be very blessed if you're not hurting, but speaking of blessed, it's all in God's hands. And I have to mention when I say that, I don't mean to stand around and do nothing. I don't mean. I've always been critical of the mainline church and their idea of the pre-tribulation rapture. I don't believe in that. It clearly says in Mark 13, Matthew 24, we go through the tribulation and then Jesus comes with the rapture. But in Revelations, the book of Revelation itself has been taken in and out of the Bible a number of times over the years, depending on what the church wants you to believe. And there's clearly a lot of evidence of end of days, end times, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And we're not supposed to sit down and wait for God to come. We're supposed to take action. God helps those who help themselves. You got to remember that. And now is the time for civil disobedience. Peaceful, calm, quiet. Maybe going to a store with no mask on. I heard a guest on Alex Jones show. I'm a big fan of that guy. Just you know what? You don't like conspiracies? I love them. Gotta keep a rational mind. That little 3-year-old is throwing a fit. But he said just go in the store without a mask on. And just make a mask and put it on. And take it to a point to where they're not going to kick you out. Or they call security and then just like, yeah, sure, I'll put it on. Oh, here it is. It's in my pocket the whole time. Just fuck with them. You know what I mean? Just start with, build your confidence. Do a little civil disobedience on that end. And then just see where it goes. I'm just saying. Have a happy new year. Have a good, safe night. Enjoy life. And good times with noodle salad. Holy shit.